He is almost sobbed. Why have you left the chamber? Was hope drunk, wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time do I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which esteems the ornament of life, and of a coward in thine own esteem, letting, oh, I dare not, wait upon I would, like a poor cat in the adage? What beast has made you break this enterprise to me? When thou darst do it, then thou art a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck. I know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. But I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn to do as you have done this. If we should fail, screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather his day's hard journey shall soundly invite him, will I, his two chamberlains, with wine and wassail, so convince the memory that water of the brain shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. When in swinish sleep their natures drenched as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell? Cecily, my, what a very sweet name. Something tells me that we are going to be very good friends. I like you already more than I can say, and my first impressions of people are never wrong. Perhaps now might be a favourable opportunity for my mention to you who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. You've never heard of Papa, I suppose? Ah, I'm glad to say that outside the family circle, Papa is entirely unknown, and I think that is quite as it should be. Home to me seems to be the proper sphere for the man, and once a man begins to neglect his domestic duties, well, he becomes painfully effeminate, does he not? And I don't like that. It makes men altogether too attractive. Cecily, Mamma, whose views on education are remarkably strict, has brought me up to be incredibly nearsighted, so you don't mind my looking at you through my glasses, do you? You are here on a short visit, I suppose? Then you reside here with your mother or some other female relative of advanced years. Mr. Worthing never mentioned to me that he had a ward. How very secretive of him. He grows more interesting hourly. But now that I know that you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I must admit that this news does not fill me with feelings of unmixed delight. In fact, I wish that you were just a little bit older and not quite so very alluring in appearance, if I may speak candidly. I wish that you were fully 42 and more than usually plain for your age. Earnest has a noble, upright nature. He is the very soul of truth and honour. Disloyalty would be as impossible to him as deception. But men of even the highest moral character can still be highly susceptible to the influence of the physical charms of others. Our modern, no less than ancient history provides us with numerous painful examples of what I refer to. Indeed, if it were not so, history would be entirely unreadable. There are stories, you know, in every century, in every culture. In Mesopotamia, they found shards of pottery depicting demons drinking the blood of man. In Babylonia, they had Lilitu, a demon who ate infants. In China, they have Shanglin, who steals life force. The Cherokee have the legend of Jung-Yin, a demon who craves human flesh. Why, not even a decade ago, in New England, a rash of people decided to dig up Grandma just to make sure she stayed buried. There the creatures all are. Das Vampir. Vampires. But hey, just ghost stories. Mass hysteria. Overactive imaginations. Modern men will dismiss anything they haven't discovered for themselves. Most people throughout history couldn't read or write. Doubly true for women. So how else were they supposed to pass down their wisdom but by spoken word? And yes, the stories may get distorted over time, but if you listen for the commonalities, you can hear your foremothers whispering to you across the centuries. So yes, we're goddamn vampires. My benighted male colleagues posit the theory that vampires are a natural evolution of man. In order to believe that, you must also believe that to become the most vicious consumer is to become the highest self. I have a new theory, a superior theory. I believe that vampires have existed alongside humanity, stealing our bodies, mimicking our behaviors, drinking our blood. There's a dangerous misconception. The vampires are pale or fanged or deformed, that you can easily pick one out at a glance. But the monsters look just like